Welcome to the first edition of Ask the Pros. So, Josh, what are we covering today?
Today we are going to cover lead acid batteries as well as the lithium iron phosphate batteries that are out there on the market.
Okay, and this is going to be an ongoing event, is that right, Josh?
This is correct. We're going to have every week we are going to be sending out some information, doing a webinar. Some of the questions are going to be coming from our audience. The other ones are going to be just
what we find, people need the most, huh?
Right, just basic education on what type of batteries are out there and how they operate and some things like that.
Everything you need to have a successful installation of the NeoVolta NV24 or NV14.
Correct.
Okay, so tell the audience a little bit about yourself, Josh.
Well, I am the Director of Business Development here at PMP Energy. We are the exclusive distribution arm for NeoVolta, the home energy storage system that you see right behind us. I have a background in construction as well as sales and marketing. That's what I'm doing here at PMP Energy.
Yeah, all right. It's a fun job, right?
It is fun.
Okay. So a little bit about me, Mike Horan. And I'm a U.S. Navy nuclear power electronics veteran. I've got undergraduate degrees in electronics and business with an MBA in technology management. And it was good because one of my professors at the University of Phoenix convinced me to go get a Microsoft certified systems engineering. And then they had me come back to the university to start teaching at the university. So I was teaching there for over 10 years. Before moving up here to Vegas, and really enjoyed teaching. I'm glad I get to do some of that again here at PMP Energy. So we're here to help get us any and all of your questions, anything you need explained in more detail, and that's what we're going to do for you. Now, you just took a course recently. Tell us.
I did. I just took a course with Solar Energy International, which has a wonderful program, either online or you can visit their campus in Colorado. It does focus on solar basics as well as going in depth with batteries, the new batteries that are out on the market, and how you incorporate those in with your PV system and design. So it is a wonderful course if you're looking to get educated on solar as well as batteries in general. I would suggest taking Solar Energy International. I've had some really good success.
So one of the places we're getting most of the information for today is actually from a book called Batteries in a Portable World, and they have a website, www.batteryuniversity.com. Have you been there, Josh?
I have. I've logged on it several times. It's a wealth of knowledge. The Battery University covers anything from basics on how to create longer lasting lithium batteries, how to charge them, different types of safety issues. So it is just a wealth of knowledge for anyone that's looking to gain some more education on batteries and how they're designed, as well as some of their functionalities and safety. So it is wonderful.
Good. Well, and Isidore Buckman is the man responsible for that. And I had the opportunity of working with Isidore before, and he really is a wealth of knowledge. Got to admit, that's where this information comes from for batteryuniversity.com. Go there, check it out. You won't be disappointed. You're going to find some good information. Now then, the two most popular battery types in the world, I think, right now are lead acid and lithium. Tell us a little bit about lead acid.
So lead acid batteries have been around for a very long time. They're pretty much the standard in the market, or have been in the market. They're used for automotives to starting the engines, as you guys know. Lead acid batteries are a little bit heavier than the lithium batteries. They tend to have a short life cycle. However, they do have a lower initial cost, but after about 10 years, the cost is pretty much going to go up. So lead acid has been a really good product, but there are some other things on the market.
Okay. So overall battery technology has evolved over the last, let's say, 30 years. We've had several nickel metal hydride, NiCad batteries, things like that. But probably the lithium is the one that is the mainstream battery, as well as the lead acid. And lithium, while it's a rather new battery, it's really, taking off, especially in portable electronic products. That's where everybody sees it all over. Your cell phone, your laptops, everything. And one of the reasons is because it is lighter than your lead acid batteries, so it's much easier if you got to carry it around, right? They have a much longer, higher cycle life, which means charging up, discharging, charging up again. Much more cycles, much longer total life than your lead acid. While the initial cost of a lithium battery is higher than it is for lead acid, if you have lead acid, you're probably going to have to change the lead acid battery at least once, if not twice, over, let's say, a 10-year period. So if you take that total cost of ownership, that's where the lithium battery becomes much lower in total cost over a 10-year period. Tell us some more about then lithium iron phosphate.
Okay. Lithium iron phosphate, also known as LiFePO4. So the lithium iron phosphate battery is a much higher safety rating than a lithium nickel magnesium cobalt or other lithium batteries that are on the market. They're very safe batteries even when they're fully charged. Thermal runaway, I'm pretty sure that you guys have heard that in the market or in the news about how thermal runaway is affecting a lot of these batteries. 270 degrees Celsius is what a lithium iron phosphate battery can get up to.
That's good.
So the heat generation is really low. Just like the Neo Volta right here, you could stick your hand right on the batteries as it's charging or discharging, and you won't feel any heat. So that is nice. The cycle life for the lithium iron phosphate batteries was about 2,000 and higher. It's related to depth of discharge and temperature. So really, really wonderful batteries. They have a 3.2 volts direct current per cell. That's a little bit lower than the lithium nickel magnesium cobalt batteries. However,
Yeah,
they seem to be doing the trick, right?
right. I mean, you might need a few more batteries cells in series to make up that 48 volts. So a little bit higher cost that way, but I think it's well worth the added expense. Because if you look at the NMC material, which is what most of the home energy storage systems are using today, from a safety aspect, there's a high charge promotes thermal runaway, which is why we've seen the storage systems in Korea, even in Arizona, at a APS location where they had an energy storage system. Thermal runaway, caused fire. There was the firemen were hurt, all sorts of problems.
Right.
And the thermal runaway on the NMC material is lower than it is on the lithium iron phosphate. On an NMC, thermal runaway starts at just 210 degrees C. So, it is more of a problem. And the cells themselves have more heat being generated as you charge and discharge those cells. So a good battery designer has to look at how they're going to get some air flowing through the overall battery to keep those cells cooler. Something that you don't have to worry about as much when you got the lithium iron phosphate. So the other thing to look at that we were talking about is cycle life. Now with an NMC, they say between 1,000 and 2,000, not 2,000 plus. So, and again, it's related to the depth of discharge and the temperature. So while the battery here is rated for 130 degrees Fahrenheit, outside,
Right.
if you can keep it in the garage, it's going to have less thermal extremes. You're going to be gentler on it. It's going to like you more. It's going to last longer.
Right.
Okay, so those are the things to understand. And the voltage per cell on the NMC is 3.6 volts. So with that, you need less cells in series and a total lower cost to be able to get to your 48 volt battery pack. Now, what is this here, Josh?
So this is a snapshot of the two types of batteries that we have been speaking of, the LIFE PO4 and the NMC batteries. You'll notice that, safety on the LIFE PO4 battery is a little bit higher.
Yeah.
You also do have a higher lifespan with that battery. Performance stays about the same, but the specific power that has been increased and from the NMC. So yeah, cost is about pretty much the same. Other than that, the performance I would say is about the same as well.
Yeah, and this is available on batteryuniversity.com. It's right off of there. We're not trying to skew the information at all. So you can come and double check, where we got the information, how we're looking at it, and you can see the improved safety level, on the lithium iron phosphate batteries. So one other thing that I'd like to mention is going to be the battery management system, because smarter is better, and having a battery management system that really monitors the current as it's discharging and as it's charging, and then calculating the state of charge is very important to understand what the battery is doing, how good it is, what the state of health is, and safety starts at the battery management system. And that's why the very smart battery management system that's inside the NeoVolta
Correct.
is really good. It tells you all sorts of information about the battery, doesn't it, Josh?
It does. It could tell you the state of charge, at what level each of those batteries is at. You're able to adjust how you want those batteries to be charged, throughout the day to help with things that are affecting the United States and homeowners with peak shaving, time of use. Those sort of things that are really costing Americans a lot of money. So battery management system is key in any home energy storage system that you have. You really want to make sure that product that you're reviewing has the best of that.
Great. So now, if you were to provide the viewers with a summary of what we've learned about the differences between lithium iron phosphate and NMC batteries, and why we feel that NeoVolta made a smart decision to go with the LIFE PO4. What would you say, Josh?
I would say the biggest thing is safety, Professor. Just having this thing so close to your home, having to rely on it every day, day in and day out, especially in those times of needs where the utility grid is going down. Safety is key. So you don't want to sacrifice price, product for your family's safety. So I would say that's the biggest thing that we've learned between the two batteries, the lead acid and the lithium batteries. So.
Okay, I would agree with you 100%. And the viewers, I wanted to make sure that you saw this wonderful hat that Josh is wearing, right?
Right.
What is it that we've got for the viewers, regarding this hat, Josh?
So if you guys send us questions, we're going to go ahead and send you out a free hat with PMP Energy. We just want to make sure that the public is learning all about these batteries as much as possible. If you would like to learn more about the NeoVolta product that's behind us, go to www.pmpenergy.com, and you can go ahead and fill out questions there, and that will come to me and the professor. So
yeah. So any questions, anything, any comments, suggestions for our next video, send us an email. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next week.
Bye.